I know. I'm just gonna let y'all know from the very beginning. I'm on some bullshit. I'm on some bullshit. I'm just going through history, and I'm starting to look stuff up, and I'm just like, I'm getting. I was like, ooh, what's going on with the world today? Let me get in my conspiracy theory bag. I was like, let me get in my conspiracy theory bag. Let me go on and get in my conspiracy theory bag. And I was just like, so what is going on in the world today? That all this bullshit is going on, and everybody keep talking about Trump doing this and Trump doing that, Trump doing this and Trump doing that, and I was just like, all right, so I was like, let me go down the rabbit hole. I was like, where Trump is really causing some issues at today? Where is Trump causing issues at? I was like, okay, I'm a look at all the issues that Trump is causing today, and I'm gonna pull them together in the theory, in my conspiracy theory. And so let's see what everything is, what's everything is going on. All right, so we got Trump going at Greenland, right? And we got Trump going at Canada, and we got Trump going at Mexico. And I'm like, there's gotta be some sort of connection there. If I really wanted to be a conspiracy theory, what's the connection here? If Trump is going at Greenland and Trump is going at Canada and Trump is going at Mexico, what's the connection here? What's the connection? Now I'm sitting there like, it's gotta be some sort of connection. And I think I figured it out. And the clues was what's going on today. The clues are immigration and how immigration is moving to get rid of people. And as I'm looking at how immigration is moving to, this is how weird my mind works. As I'm looking at how immigration is moving to get rid of people stateside, I started to think about, all right, so how many times has this been done before? Because more than likely, history is going to tell us that this is like some sort of propaganda trick or something that's been done before. Because nothing new is under the sun, right? So I'm looking at history and I'm like, okay, with them doing this, trying to get rid of people, ICE attacking and all this and that and the other, I started looking back at history and it's like, okay, so World War One, we let in 24 million people stateside. And since we let in 24 million people stateside, they turned around and was like, all right, well, ICE, y'all need to go and get them up out of here. And so ICE, went at immigrants all across the country. That's the first time. And so before World War II, they let in millions of people again. Ran the same playback. So ICE is like, we need to get rid of all this immigration. And I'm like, all right, so they pushing to get rid of immigration again a second time. That's during World War II. And so I'm like, all right, so if ICE was trying to get rid of immigration during World War I and they was trying to get rid of immigration during World War II, I was like, how does that equate to today? And then when I started thinking about it, I was like, okay, so you got Denmark, you got Canada, and you got Mexico. And what do they all have in common? All three of those places had people who defaulted on their loans to the U.S. in the 1930s. Canada's owned by Britain, and they defaulted on their loans to the U.S. This is just my whole conspiracy theory bag. Mexico defaulted on their loans to the U.S. And Greenland was owned by Denmark, who defaulted on their loans to the U.S. After all these people got saved from being in what was it, World War One or is it World War Two? No, it's World War One because 1930s. So after all these people got saved from being in World War One, and they defaulted on all their loans to the U.S. Now all of a sudden, all these years later, we have an issue with we want Greenland, we want Canada, we talking shit about going at Mexico. And I was like, all of a sudden, you were trying to pull a train today. You trying to say motherfuckers got to get taxed from not paying their loans back in the days in the 1930s after World War One. And then who is it? France had the nerve to open their mouth talking about we want our Statue of Liberty back. Y'all defaulted on y'all loans too. Like France defaulted on their loans too. I was like, yo, hold on a second. Everybody defaulted on their loans to the U.S., but the U.S. helped bail everybody out of war in the 1930s. And now all of a sudden it's a coincidence that Trump is going talking stuff about Greenland, who's a part of Denmark and defaulted on loans. He's talking stuff about Canada, who's a part of Great Britain and defaulted on their loans to the U.S. He's talking stuff about Mexico, who defaulted on their loans to the U.S. And so this is my conspiracy theory bag today. I was just like, okay. It's some stuff going on here. It's some training day type stuff. You know, people want to get that World War III kicked off. I think America might be trying to get bigger. And I think that's gonna be Trump's excuse. Oh well, y'all still owed us money from the 1930s when y'all defaulted on all them loans. But that's my conspiracy theory bag for today. Hey, what's up? How y'all doing? I'll let y'all. Be easy out here. And thanks for tuning in. I just had to get my conspiracy theory bag. I know it sounds weird, but the mere fact that Denmark defaulted on their loans to the U.S. in the 1930s, and they own Greenland, and then Greenland is independent. So, and then with Canada, who is owned by Britain, and they defaulted on their loans, and then Mexico, who defaulted on their loans. I'm like, man, it looked like somebody might be trying to get reimbursed for all them loans in the 1930s that America paid for, because they sure didn't get them loans back. All right, that's it. I'm out of here. Peace.